the Elder Brain and the original family or group of Mind Flayers that you belonged to are from this plane, correct?
Mind Flayers are born of the far realm and extend to every plane. They claim dominance over every plane. They claim superiority to all gods, themselves being born of the far realm, gods. They search for empire after empire.
Oh, I know, right? It's so good that you can like personally touch each person's noise level.
Speaking of personally touching, back to the story. Last week, you brought a Drider who was personally touched in the mind by a Mind Flare, and it went haywire. You guys took out the first Mind Flare in one round, just piled on and completely decimated it. The other took control of your Drider. The Drider attacked, and in the chaos, the Mind Flayer tried to scooch out. You guys noped him, blocked him, killed him, not before the Drider knocked down Echo, and even broken of the control, it did not like getting hit by the party, so it kept attacking, because Driders are unstable to begin with.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out after my second run of BG3.
Yeah, they're being a Drider is like mentally shattering and breaking. It's a punishment for a lot of creatures who betray Lolth or fall short somehow. It would be a hell of a way to live. The doppelganger.
So we earned a mercy.
No, it was not a mercy. The doppelganger 2 was destroyed by the Drider, and the party recovered, beat all of the enemies, and with the celestial spirit summoned by Echo, started to explore through. You found a room with 3 Psy Goblin brawlers and one, what's he called? A captain or something like that. Shroud is the captain, terrified in a corner. One of the goblins was killed instantly. The other 2 escaped through a green shimmering portal. And that is where we're going to pick back up. Shroud, you see this goblin hands up saying, "No kill! No kill!" What do you guys do?
What are you doing here?
Shinies! Shinies!
Oh, wait, oh, yes, he was. He was. No, he wasn't with us when we formed the Cult of Shiny.
We don't think so.
Oh,
Shroud.
shit.
Echo reaches into her pockets.
You guys look, and you see that his clothing is just starting to moisten a little bit down the leg as he is both hands up. The goblin behind you, his eyeballs exploded as Nyx zapped him into oblivion. This guy is absolutely terrified.
I'm gonna say to him, I'm not gonna hurt you, but do you know there's mind flares down here? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes, they said they wouldn't hurt us if we brought them rocks. So we brought them rocks and food. And now I just want shinies and leave.
Wait a minute. What kind of rocks?
Shiny rocks? I like gold. He holds out his hands, quivering. Gold?
I'll give him, I'll give him 5 gold pieces if he tells me what the rocks exactly look like.
he takes them, he goes, black, green, green, black, little tinies, some little bigs.
I'm
Some
gonna
big
pull out
bigs.
I'm gonna pull out my obelisk shard, and like this.
Yes. Yes. They would like that. They would like that a lot.
And I'll put it back. Where'd your friends go?
Who friend? You friend? We're friends? We're all friends together?
Through the portal, the green portal.
Oh, that's dangerous. I don't know. Big floating monsters live there.
Big floating monsters.
Yes.
Is there mind flayers down there?
No, the mind flares, they went through the other portal. With the rocks.
Where's this other portal at?
He shrugs. I don't know. I don't know. The big portal, I think they said it would collapse behind them.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I remember it was determined that I could not remember anything from my time being encased in stone.
Yes.
However, is it plausible to roll an insight in this regard to see if I would have an idea of what he's talking about regarding floating monsters, maybe like a quick flashback of some sort?
Roll an insight check. I don't know if you... Echo disappeared. I don't...
20?
So, he's not given a lot of information as to what the floating monsters are. They could be a variety of things. With the 20, would you like to ask him any more questions and see if you can get any more information out of him?
Ask him what the monsters look like.
Yeah, I'll
I have an idea, but I need information.
Please cooperate now. I ain't gonna intimidate him anymore. Persuasion, maybe?
Do you want to ask him what the monsters look like? Is that the question?
Yeah.
He, with his hands, he takes and he makes like a semicircle, and he says, "They're big floating bird heads with beaks." And he takes his hand and he runs it down like he's milking cows. Well, let's assume that's milking cows. And he says, and they have long tentacles.
Okay. I think that's enough to send a shudder down Grum's spine, even if it's not exactly known why or what it is.
Alright. Is there any more questions? No, okay. I'm gonna give him
I run now.
I'm gonna give him an additional 10 gold pieces, so 15 total. And I'm gonna let him go and just tell him to get.
No, don't let him go yet. Another question. He mentioned he and his other people were gathering the obelisk shards. Does he have any on him, or does he know where we can find more?
I'll say this specifically. He said obelisk or he says rocks and food.
Okay, so the rocks were described as black and green, and then Shroud showed his, which kind of confirmed that that's what he was talking about, right?
He affirmed that they look something like
That's
that.
what I'm getting at.
Small, big.
Yeah, all sizes. That's fine. What you got on you, buddy? That's what I want to know.
Are you asking him what he has on him?
I feel like it's weird to shout across it, so I'll just be like, "Hey, Shroud, ask him." Da.
I'll just say, do you have any of those rocks on you?
No, all gone. They took
Where
them
more?
through the portal. All gone.
Where more?
All gone. All gone. Don't kill me. All gone. He puts his
How
head
long
in his
ago?
hand.
Okay.
Yeah. How long ago did you take him these rocks?
He shrugs. They've been coming in for months.
Months. Ooh.
Many people bring rocks. They say, "Here
People?
go. Here go."
What kind of people bring you rocks?
Well, goblins.
Also, what kind of rocks?
Green, black, black, green,
Green and black.
green, black rock, black, green rock. They say, "Here, rock."
I don't know.
And some people have blister skin, and they are pussy.
Are those goblins too?
No, no people. They're peoples. Peoples. They're peoples. They're
so
peoples. Mindflayer's gone.
All right, so just to reiterate and confirm, no more shards. He's all but confirmed to be with the Cult of Shiny. He's been gathering.
With your 20 insight check, I'll say this: he might not be with the Cult of Shiny. He might just like gold.
Oh, okay. All right, close enough though.
They're highly bribable.
That portal is basically a portal to danger. Okay. All right.
I
When
go
you
now.
leave, where are you going?
Away from danger.
Well, how are you going to leave danger? There's a danger portal right there.
He
there's
points.
Drow
He
back the
points
other
to
way.
you guys with a quivering finger. Danger. Danger.
Well,
Gotcha.
Arthan's Bane has gone around far and wide.
I guess, is that all the questions, or?
I don't have
Except for
anything
that
else.
really good one that we can't think of right now.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
it's that one good one.
Oh,
Deadass.
I would like to ask him if he knows what's up with the statue holding the brains.
They say it's powered by the big brain, old brain, fat brain.
Do you know where the old fat brain, big brain is?
I have big brain.
I'm sure you do.
Yes. I control Mentark the Mind Taker. Yes,
I
that's
put my
me.
sword down. Shut up. We know you don't.
I go now?
Big brain.
Big brain.
All right, so I gave him the
big brain is?
Huh?
He just said he's the big brain.
I big brain.
Okay. Yes, you are the biggest brain.
Yes. I go
I
now?
gave him the 15 gold pieces. I just tell him to leave this place and never come back.
He will attempt to slide past if everybody allows him.
Yep, I'll move out of the way.
Echo, Nyx, do you guys try to stop him?
Nix, he's coming out.
I'm leaving him be. I'm just standing there.
On the way by shocking to grasp.
I'm waiting for him to shake her. That's what I'm going to be
Nyx,
pissed
he
about.
turns around and he goes, "They crazy, don't go in there." And he runs away.
He's not wrong.
Shroud,
My wife's
congratulations.
right.
Mark 1 mercy.
One versus 17.
Yeah, 16 more mercies to go to balance out.
I will eventually explain what these powers do of these swords. So you are in what appears to be some kind of laboratory. There are tables in front of the rift. The rift is a silver green that is just kind of... You can't see through it, but it looks like a portal of some sort. The goblins were rummaging through stuff, if that means anything.
Yeah, I'd like to look around the room, particularly the desk corner here where he was standing. I want to try and figure if I can see what he was doing.
Make an investigation check.
Ah, this character sucks at those.
Oh, this character's great at those.
Oh, actually, she's pretty good. That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Hey, that's a counter.
Hey.
The bad news is that it appears to be a wasted nat 20. As you start to look through everything, it looks like a bunch of junk. Like you're not finding any active potions. It's almost like all of the good stuff was taken away and they were put in there.
So this is just leftovers and trash and bits and pieces of stuff and
nothing usable.
Nothing functional. No whole items really.
Nothing you could use to convert potions or make poisons.
Well, dang.
Boo.
I'll go look at the other couple tables too.
It all appears to be the same. There's nothing of importance here. Like literally nothing of importance, nothing to mix things, no notes. It's just a lab with a bunch of beakers and no chemicals. It's empty.
Well, it's not entirely empty. Grum wants to take some of that trash and start chucking it through the portal.
You chuck things through the portal, and it just like it pierces it and disappears, and the portal ripples just a little bit each of the spots that you put it in.
Throw one of the goblins through the portal. Throw the dead goblin through the portal.
Just throwing shit until somebody stops me or until I run out of stuff.
You have a room full of stuff to chuck, so you're just like there. Grum will eventually be taking the tables themselves and chucking them through.
Table flip. Oh my god.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, what do you
have to like the controller is a table to actually flip.
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So now I have flowers +2.
Flowers do give people +2s.
Pedicures +9. I don't think that was there before.
Oh no, the card hasn't changed.
I never noticed the flowers +2 and communication -1. So
I mean,
the communication -1. I remember that one.
If you give us flowers, you get a +2 bonus.
Well, there's only one person in this chat that's getting flowers. So.
I appreciate the flowers thing. No,
yes.
Me.
Yes, Shroud is getting flowers.
That's fine. Don't give the DM gifts. That it always ends poorly when we don't bribe the DM.
I just happened to notice it because I was opening up the stream and I was like, flower? What? All right, whatever.
Nix, I hope you get flowers. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, she'll get her flowers. Don't worry.
We're not going to this portal, are we?
Do you guys want to do anything else in the room?
No. Once I run out of objects on that first table, I'll be done.
All right. Are you guys going to try anything else through the portal? Are you guys going to go through the portal?
Hell no. I don't know what anyone else wants to do.
So the remaining paths, you have the portal. In the hallway, there are 2 doors, one immediately across, one down and off a little bit. And there are hallways to the north. And a door behind the statue.
And the second Mind Flayer was retreating down that hallway to the north.
He was.
That might be something significant, or it just might be that he was that kind of lead.
And the doors pull at you when you stand in front of them too long.
If you
that's right.
If you stare at the doors, they do something wonky to your brain.
So we only go through the doors when we're actually ready to go through the doors. Okay.
Do
we want to go to the one across the hall, directly across the hall first, or what?
That's what I was thinking. Might as well clear down here while we're down here, instead of doing a bunch of backtracking.
Yeah.
Who would like to open the door?
Shroud, are you gonna try and be sneaky? And
yeah, I'll try to stealth through the door.
Alright.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, that was almost a nat 20, but it's 10, 22.
Okay, give me a second. It's 22?
Yeah, with my reliable talent.
Oh, okay. You opened the door. You see two giant creatures, stone and scaly looking. They are looking at what appears to be a set of planets, and they're just tapping it. One is taking his hand and spinning it and making the planets orbit.
What's that thing called? A Ori or a Ori or?
Oh yes. What?
Observatory? No.
It's a Ori. Like the planets are
like the map of the solar system.
Yeah.
It's called.
Yeah.
A planetary.
The only reason I know is because my campaign last night I ran into one too.
So they are currently hitting at this solar system.
I'm gonna shut the door and I'm just gonna.
I will. Your position. You do see a second rift, and let me give you the official text of the room. A massive iron orrery fills the center of this room, its numerous arms spinning slowly as they hold up suns, planets, and comets. The chamber's west wall churned with a green and silver rift about 5 feet across, showing a corridor intersection beyond, so you can see slightly beyond it, but it's very difficult. Desecrated creatures, including mutated tadpoles, lie on the floor near the rift. And you see these two hideous frog-like bipeds, one red and one blue.
I'm gonna.
Sorry to interrupt, but Ori was correct.
It was.
Where did my shit
I
go?
learn something new every day.
I had to Google it.
I did too. I didn't even know how to spell it. I never heard of that before, so thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell Grum, I'm like, there's two big frog bipedal creatures in there. One red and one blue.
Do they look friendly?
They look like they're playing with the Ori.
What's an Ori?
It is. Oh, well.
Is it something we shouldn't be playing with? Is it a weapon of mass
destruction? It looks like they're playing with planets on like a thing.
This is beyond my capabilities. Fucking with things playing with planets.
Am I allowed to interject on anything to help y'all make decisions on anything?
Oh, what do you got?
Well, I'm thinking, just looking on the outside of it, maybe it's the Ori unknowing, like I'm kind of unknown, the same thing. What if you align those planets to a certain thing that it makes it do something? I mean, I'm just spitballing ideas out here.
Shroud, do you leave the door open?
No, I'm gonna pull shut slowly.
Okay. Do you
And
just stand in the doorway then?
No, I'm gonna back off.
Okay.
Since you asked me that question.
You know, sometimes you gotta know. Do you stand in the doorway or don't you?
And then maybe something that I said was wrong, so that's why he said you gotta shut the door.
I'm just gonna look at Grandma and be like, this place is a fucking nightmare, dude.
So we ran into a few Psy goblins. We killed a couple ran off, and one of them was, conscious enough to like plead for life and run off. He was no threat, but these things, just at a quick glance, look much more affiliated or look much more akin to combat, but at the same time they're playing with basically a scientific object. So
But
I don't know if they're gonna be like rah fight, or if they're gonna want to like talk about shit too. And even then, it's like at the end of the day, we're pretty much behind enemy lines. So even then, it still might end up being combat focused. So
or what if mind players are controlling them and they're doing something with the fucking thing?
Right. So it's like, do we want to like catch them by surprise, or do we want to try and talk?
I mean, I could go in there and try to talk.
Personally, I'm willing to just run in and Rambo.
I can try to intimidate them.
What's your modifier?
On intimidation, +6.
I'll give you help. Mine's +5. If that's
I
what
can
really
give
want.
you help too, because that's part of my charisma.
What's your modifier for it?
A +8.
Oh shit!
Oh, we've heard of the help action. Yeah, you go in there and just in a blaze of infernal glory, whatever.
Fireballs blazing and being like, "Hey, you let us
Sure,
play with the Ori, or I light you a
Let
fire."
us go to the planets.
Walk in, push the door open, holding a fucking fireball.
Just sitting there, just like tossing it like this. Hey guys, what's up?
That.
Oh, you should have prestidigitation.
Lord
I
Burris,
do.
Eurus, and Dragon Ball Z, just bouncing the cosmic energy around.
You could use prestidigitation to like push the envelope if you really want, and like really just create any kind of singular effect to go along with it.
I do have prestidigitation.
Yeah, it's basically like your simple like auditory or sense or sight. It's just basically a really basic effect, but we're level 9, 10 now, so I'm sure the DM will allow a little bit of extra flair.
You are also gotta think I'm proficient in intimidation, so if I roll anything below a 10, it's automatically a 10.
That's true too.
So
Forgot about that.
It doesn't matter to me.
It's whatever. I'm giving the help action to whoever, so y'all can decide what you want to do.
You just want to go in there together and kind of tag team?
Yeah, we can.
I'll hold that fireball and kind of.
Real quick, so since Jester has reliable talent, I'll go ahead and give Nyx aid.
Okay. Awesome.
So I'll get out of the way. I'll get out of the way and let y'all bum rush in there and be like, "Rah."
Hey, completely unrelated question. Whatever happened to the Ring of Mind shielding?
Nyx has it. No.
Yes.
No.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nyx has it.
Did you ever add it to your inventory?
Let me check. I want to say I attuned it.
I'm looking at your sheet now and it's not on there. That's why I'm asking.
thought I did.
Come on, Nix, what's going on? You don't want magic items?
No, I do. I have the ring of mind shielding.
Let me refresh, because I'm only seeing the staff of defense.
But I didn't attune it. Do I need to? Because I have Puzzler's Wit too.
You can attune to 3 magic items that require it. So to benefit from something, you have to attune to it.
Okay.
Which would have happened long by now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. It should be there. I don't know why Puzzler's Wit's not showing up either, because I also have that one checked off.
It is there.
All right, who is rushing in?
Both of us. Me and Nix.
All right, position yourselves where you would like to enter, and then tell me what you do next.
Like in the room?
In the room, yep. Everybody position themselves. You
I have my sword drawn, by the way.
Nix, out of curiosity, so the ring of mind shielding, a creature cannot talk to you telepathically unless you allow it. You feel like this little knock on your mental head, like there's a voice trying to get in, but you have to let it talk to you. It can't just, these things can't just talk to you with the ring. Shroud, you can hear what they say loud and clear.
Now, really quick, you can turn that on and off with the ring, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. It's not once you're in, you're in. It's not a vampire.
It's Nix's choice. If they would like to, if she would like them to talk to her or not. Nix, do you want to block them out, or do you want to let them talk in your head?
I feel like if we're trying to persuade them or intimidate them of any sort, I'll need to be able to communicate. So I'll allow it.
All right, the two that stepped into the room, you hear a big booming voice that says, "Get out!" What do you two do?
And why should we get out?
This is ours. We live here, and nobody here comes here but us. Out.
What exactly is yours? We may be coming here just to help you.
And I'll say, do you want to live here for eternity and death?
The blue one takes a step closer towards you as you say that, and he says, "We live here. You die here or leave."
Can I do an intimidation roll on that?
With advantage, since Nix is there and the whole party's there.
Alright, let's see what. 6. So that 10. 16.
He takes half a step back, but you can see that his claws are starting to flex in preparation.
And I'm just kind of holding my sword just a little bit tighter as I see that.
Nyx is kind of standing there with her hand on her hip, kind of being sassy, and she's just sitting there stomping her foot, throwing the fireball up and down. Just kind of an intimidation.
Nyx, the red one steps towards you, and it points towards its mouth with the claw and says, "I like spicy food."
If you want spicy, I got your spicy.
You see a
Whoa, Nick!
Calm down, babe. Calm down.
You see a big smile come across its face.
Level 9 turned her into a whole new character.
And its hand is coming towards your fireball like he's going to try to snuff it out. Do you stand there and let him touch it, or do you back off?
I kind of want to tell him, look, we're not here to cause problems. We're here to either help you or, like Shroud said, you can end up dead here.
Grum, as you step in, you hear a voice in your head that says, last chance, door or floor?
Oh, that's
I'll
smooth.
respond. Can I respond mentally?
Yep. I mean, kind
I'll
of, yeah.
respond.
I'll say it like this. He can to an extent read your thoughts. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll think in my head, oh, last chance. Okay, well, first chance, only chance, portal or death. And I'm just standing there like trying to help Nyx look tough.
All right, roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, yes.
Horrible
Ah.
advantage. That initiative should be an 11, not a 5.
The
got a
initiative should be
13.
11. Echo, what did you get?
I got a 13. Oh, I rolled physical. I'll roll
no,
digital. Sorry.
No, I got it. I just need to know to
I
enter it
wasn't
into the
thinking.
tracker. Tobin did okay. Shroud?
My first?
You're first. As is appropriate.
Let's dance, big boy. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna throw an attack at him, and it has advantage.
It does with your assassinate feature.
Which also gives you sneak attack.
No, I never do. 16 hit.
16 hits. Is this the dark one or the
Yes.
light one?
The dark one.
Ten points.
And then
It will also take an additional 8 with the assassinate feature.
an additional 17 after that. So 18.
An additional
20.
17. All right. You cut into it, and the darkness of the blade sweeps across it, cuts into its skin, and the darkness is lingering there, and he's looking down at you unfazed. It hurt, but he is strong. Second attack.
Yup.
I know what these motherfuckers are too.
23 hit.
Absolutely. One swing of light, one swing of dark.
Oh, that was a 6, so 12 damage.
That's nice.
It is nice. I mean, that's solid damage, especially for the first round of being hit. This thing is just big and strong. Shout, anything else?
Go.
Okay. Nyx, you are juggling a fireball. This thing has moved next to you.
I feel like with how close it is, I could just plop the fireball in his mouth.
You could explode a
Just
fireball
saying.
in the room. You guys haven't had a long rest since last time, too, so any spell slots
Nope.
spent are still spent.
Hmm.
Oh shit! I never even thought about Echo. I'm sorry, Echo.
Echo's fine. Right?
Totally fine.
Fine. Echo's got
I
like
got
a
it.
magical ball of light.
Echo is a magical ball of light. What are you
Echo
talking
is a
about?
magical sparkling ball of light.
It's okay. I'm hiding behind Grum. I'm playing a cleric right now. I'll just go up and y'all can take care of it. I'm not.
Yeah, send that celestial spirit to work for you, damn it. You got the gods in your corner, might as well send them out to do some chores. Greedy motherfuckers.
Nix, what do you want to do?
I think because he's so close, he probably has like a wet goop to him, right? Because they're a
I-
tadpole.
They're
So
not.
I would assume that.
There's dead tadpoles by the rift. These things are like big grown frogs. Huge, massive frogs.
Do they have any kind of mucusy outer coating?
I wouldn't call it a mucusy outer coating.
Is it a liquidy outer coating?
There's some.
It's not going to affect your lightning in any way.
There's some kind of sliminess
I was
to
thinking
them.
of something else since he's
No.
right there.
There's some kind of sliminess to them. It's hard to say if that would work to your advantage at all.
Hell, we'll go for it. I'm gonna do a shocking grasp because he's right there.
Okay, make an attack roll with shocking grasp.
Dice aren't rolling.
A 10 does not hit. You grab at him, and he takes his hand and he just wisps it away and he says, "Not spicy enough." Nix, anything else?
Let me see what else I can pull out.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah, we totally don't need an out of context channel. That's fine.
Right.
We can create anything you guys want to create.
I really think that should be like their own little video clips. That out of context shit is always what's hilarious.
I think that's all I can do. I don't think I see anything I could do for a bonus action.
Okay, then Tobin's going to go next as he hops in and he gets past Grum, does a little flip, lands on the ground, looks at the red thing and goes, "You are ugly." And he takes a stab. Magic longsword helps. Tobin hits. Eight damage, and I'm thinking that he would probably do a smite. So let's mark one off, and another additional 12 points. So Tobin hops in, and he slices into this thing pretty well. I think he has a second attack. Because he's level 9, he's got to have a second attack. He'll take another swing.
Marshals, I think, if I'm not mistaken, get one.
And he does well. So Tobin hops in, causes some damage. And then they go. Shroud, the blue one's claws were already flexing out. he is going to take some swings at you. But first, before he does that, you see the slash across him begin to mend itself. And he's got a big shit-eating grin as he swipes up at you with his claws for an 18 to hit.
I'm gonna use parry and add 4 to my AC.
Okay, so the 18 will miss. So that burns your reaction, right?
Yep.
So you parry it. Your weapon is right there. And you manage to fend off the second attack too. The left hand now comes swinging through for a third attack as he looks upset. And 14 will also miss. So you have successfully managed to fend off 3 big swipes and just stand there looking at him. Nyx, the red one, takes its claws, Wolverine style, extends them out on both sides, and she hits at you.
I'm gonna cast shield.
You only need to do that if it hits, and the first one does not. The first one's a nat 1.
Okay.
The second one is going to try to pierce straight at you. For a 17, you can cast shield here. So burn off a spell slot. And it goes straight forward. Your shield comes up, blocks its fingers about an inch away from your chest. It pulls back. And, well, I hate to say Tobin's getting it, but this one's for Tobin. For a 19, which will miss. So between all 6 blows, you swing through, you guys completely knock all of them. You do see where Tobin hit it also begins to heal over right away. Echo.
Dying.
Okay. He goes after my turn. So decisions.
They can heal.
Okay, I want to try something. I'm gonna step up behind Grum, and I'm gonna peek around him.
You see a big monster.
Yep, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at the blue one.
All right, Guiding Bolt at the blue one. Okay, go ahead.
That's a 20 total.
20 hits.
Womp womp.
Womp womp?
That is 11 damage.
That's not a womp womp.
And the next attack on that one has advantage, I believe.
It does. There's like little celestial lights picking spaces to try to guide the next attack into it.
And then let me make sure I know how far my celestial spirit can move. Oh, it has its own thing. That's right. It's its own little player. We're gonna move. Yeah, we can't get behind that. It's gonna stand in front of the planets.
It like fits in with the orrery.
Yeah,
And it becomes its own planet as a part of it.
Yes.
Here's what I
And
found.
then
Stop it, Siri.
Ori. He's gonna try and hit it with the mace.
He has advantage. It says he attack with advantage.
Where's my celestial die? Okay. That is a 21,
That will hit.
at least. I can't do math right now.
It's okay. Maths are hard.
Maths are hard.
We
That's
come
okay.
to
We
roll
have a
math
kindergarten
ones.
math teacher in the group.
How much damage is it taking?
11 plus the spell's radiant damage. I think it's just 11.
Okay.
Well, if it says plus the spells, what, like level?
That's what it says. That's what it says. I can't read either,
Okay.
apparently.
I'm
Plus
assuming
the-
it's
I was gonna say plus the level.
I'm assuming it's a level 4 spell, right?
No, it's level 5, so it's a total of 16.
All right, it takes some damage. Its little teeth start to grind lip on lip. It's upset.
Well, so am I.
Grum, how do you feel?
I feel like raging.
Is advised.
Right? Alright. Oop. It's a bonus action rage. And I will go with the brutal strike at the red one with my great axe. Does a 13 hit?
No. It is a good swing, though.
I'm gonna use a luck point for that because I feel like it.
Okay. Feels lucky. Go ahead.
That's a natural 20.
That will be crit damage.
Yes.
And one for the counter.
So there's gonna be 21 plus a d10.
2d10s. Roll all dice
Really?
twice. All dice
Oh.
twice, modifiers once.
Okay. So that's gonna be plus 10. Plus an effect. It's not gonna move. Let's push it 15 feet away. So it's gonna get knocked into the wall.
So about here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it looks bloodied up now. As you hit it into it, it starts bleeding from the wound, slams into the wall, and let's see if it can keep its balance.
It's also actually great weapon mastery. It's also gonna take an additional 4 damage due to heavy weapon strike. So it's actually 35, I think. No. 21, 31. Yeah, 35 damage in total.
It does
And I get another.
it maintains its balance. He doesn't fall down.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and run in, and I'm gonna attack it a second time.
Yes. Another nat 20 would be good.
Yeah, no, but no, it's actually another 13.
No,
but
13.
I have one more luck point. One more luck point. Come on. There we go. 19.
Hits.
9 damage plus 4.
So 13.
13 damage.
It looks hurt. He looks very hurt.
Oh no, damn. I was gonna say I get another bonus attack, but I raged. Okay. And then also this thing now has disadvantage on attacks on all allies.
It wasn't going to attack its allies. It was only going to attack its enemies.
My allies.
Aw. But what if it wants to attack his allies?
Hey, go right ahead. Ain't nobody stopping it from making its own conscious choices.
Grum, is there anything else?
I think that's my turn. Yes.
Shroud, back to the top of the order. The red one looks hurt. The blue one looks mildly hurt.
So I got a question. After my last attacks, will I've noticed that my dark sword did any more than my light sword, or vice versa?
They're equal. They're equal right now. The effect applies equally to both, so they're each +2s.
Well, I know that, but I didn't know if one
No,
one's radiant, one's necrotic. I didn't know.
They looked equal.
Okay.
That is, he doesn't look vulnerable or resistant to either of those types of damages.
Okay. All right. I am going to bonus action steady aim,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna attack with the dark sword first.
All right. Bonus. So you have short swords, so that will allow. It won't allow you to use 2 strikes, because your bonus action would be the second strike. Oh wait, do they have the?
Okay.
Yeah, they need the nick property to combine it to 1.
Okay.
23 hits.
All right. I should have read that a little bit closer, but thank you.
If they're daggers, you can do it because they have the nick property to combine them into the same attack.
Right.
The short swords don't, so the first one would give you advantage on the second, but it would be action bonus action.
Right. That was 7, and I get to do sneak attack, right?
You do.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like it hurt him. In your head, though, you hear him say, "That tickled."
And that's an additional 13, so 20 total damage.
He looks hurt. He looks pretty banged up right now. They both do. He's not as bad as his friend who's getting the shit beat out of him against the wall. The blue one, though, is hurt. Nyx, Grum has forcibly pushed him away from you into the wall and followed up with additional hits. You now have separation between all of them if you'd like to take your pick.
I think I'll keep going after the red one since isn't he more damaged than the blue?
He looks more hurt. Absolutely. Okay. Especially after Grum just slammed into him. All right, what?
It's red like blood. What do you expect? By the way, just to let you know, top of game, if you feel like doing an area spell, go right ahead. I can take the damage.
A what spell?
I love how everybody says that.
Area of effect.
Echo does not say that.
That's what happened. That's what happened to Framp right before he died. We zapped him with the lightning bolt.
Okay, but Framp was like way down low already, so I'm pretty good on health right now.
Nyx, what are you thinking?
She is gonna catch a witch's bolt.
All right, what level were you zapping at?
I'm gonna do it at a 3rd level.
Okay, roll to attack. That hits. You reach out, the lightning bolt connects. It doesn't hit Grum despite his desire to be hit by your effects.
No desire, just approving.
So you hit into it, and it looks like about half of it is absorbed harmlessly into its skin. But you are connected to it. Nyx,
So I could zap him again if I wanted to.
on the next turn, you can use your bonus action to charge it through, yes. But you have to wait until the next turn to use that.
But
Okay.
did you hear what he said?
What?
About
He
half
said it
of
looks
it.
like half of it was absorbed.
Ah,
Yeah. That's usually a DM's way of saying it has resistance.
cool. I'll make note. Thanks, Grub.
Sure. Hey, I was there too, man. I'm like, what does that freaking mean? And then I was told very harshly, and I was like, oh.
I knew what it meant.
Nyx, can you do anything else this turn? Do you want to move?
I think she'll stay where she's at.
All right. Tobin is going to do a bunny flip, land next to this thing, and see if he can take it out. So, Tobin misses the first hit, and he misses the second hit. Tobin swings twice. He cannot pierce this froggy exterior. And it is their turn. And Shroud, you see some of the wounds again heal up in front of your face. Its claws just Freddy Kruegering one finger after the other. And then he lunges at you with his claw. Make sure I'm on the right one. There we go. 17.
I'll parry it again.
All right, you parry. So again, you manage to get the first attack out of the way. He does a second one for a 15. Your reaction's burnt, so that should hit.
Actually, it doesn't, DM. You can take a reaction to add 4 to your AC, potentially causing the attack to miss. You gain this bonus to your AC against melee attacks until the start of your next turn.
Okay,
So it's like she.
they buffed parry. They buffed parry a lot.
That's awesome.
All right, so the reaction's spent, but you are still there, like Three Musketeers style, just
Bob and weaving.
bobbing and weaving. He does make a third attack at you though, for a 22, which will hit. He manages to break through the parry. He breaks through the parry, so you feel the slash down. You're gonna take 10 slashing damage, and as you might suspect, the claws are tipped in poison, so take 2 poison damage.
I can use a reaction, I think. Hang on. If it reaches.
He's 5. He's about 15 feet away, probably a little over 15.
I can, as long as they're within 30 feet, I can use a reaction to reduce all damage by 2d6.
How far away does he have to be?
30 feet.
Yep, he's definitely in range. Go ahead and use your reaction to take some of the damage out.
5 damage reduced.
All right, so that'll be 7 damage. Shroud, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
$13.
Class returns.
All right, so all right, how to describe this? Let me read the effect carefully real quick. You feel weird. You feel weird. I'm trying to debate if this is immediate or not. You feel weird. Yeah, you feel weird. That's just how I'm going to describe it.
Okay.
Red one will take his attacks at Grum. Grum, it will do so with advantage from your reckless attacks.
I didn't do. Oh, yes, I did.
You did. That's your first one was with the power strike. So it hits into you with a 24. first one is 7 damage, and I need you to make a one Constitution saving throw.
$13.
Okay. It hits into you again. It pulls back its claws and slams in for a 25. So one pierce, 2 pierce. This one will be a 9. Go ahead and make a con save again.
Now, is that 9 already reduced?
No, this is unreduced damage.
And then, okay, so hold on, let me see it. Let me look at it again real quick. The first one was 7, and the second one was 9. Yeah, I see it. It's 9, 16. So it's actually going to be 8 damage.
Correct. And it does try to hit at you one more time for a 21 to hit. And this time it will deal 11 points of piercing damage. So quick 1, 2, 3 into it. Go ahead and make another Constitution save just for fun.
And that 11 reduced to 6 or 7? 6, right?
It reduces down to 5. We round down.
5.
Okay. And as you might suspect, Grum, it looks a little bit healthier than it did a moment ago.
All right.
Echo.
All right. I would like to double check and see if I can do something. I cannot, so never mind. Alright, I'm gonna throw another guiding bolt at the blue one. That is an 18 to hit.
Yes.
Oh crap. Can I have used my bonus action first?
Is the bonus action to control the celestial spirit?
No.
I mean, yeah, you can use your bonus action first. There's no... What did you want to do with the bonus action?
Oh, never mind. It's an action anyway. Forget it.
Consider it forgotten.
I'm struggling tonight. I am struggling tonight, you guys.
That's what happens when you're 1 year older. It just... You're
Right?
plateau. You hit a birthday, downhill right away. Smash.
Great.
Everything is broken.
So hard that she's reeling it in second day in a row.
That's another 13.
13 points of damage, and it glows with radiant energy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to let Shroud hit this one with the advantage. My Celestial Spirit's going to move over to the red one and help there.
All right.
Okay.
Unless you scream at me when it starts to move away.
No, it's fine.
It will take an attack of opportunity at the Celestial Spirit, though.
That's fine.
Celestial Spirit will get hit with a 27.
Yep.
It's 16 points of slashing damage, and if it can be poisoned, it receives 5 points of poison damage. Now it's fine.
How many points of poison damage?
5. 21 altogether if it takes all of the damage.
Okay.
Okay, Echo, does it attack the red?
Oh, yes, sorry. Good lord. That's a natural one.
That ones never succeed in combat, but they do add to the counter, which makes 5 altogether.
Yay.
Okay, it moves to Grum unless Echo, do you want to move in anymore?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Grum, it is to you.
All right. We're gonna brutal strike again. That's another nat 20.
I like it.
Let's go.
How much
Is it gonna
pain
be-
is this thing gonna take?
Let's see. 18 right out of the gate,
Okay.
plus a d10, well, 2d10. So plus 20 damage. Oh,
If it makes you feel any better, this thing collapses down. His head just collapses on the floor in front of it, legs out. It is dead.
bet. Then yeah, I'll move over here for my second attack. That's gonna be a 19 to hit,
That'll hit.
dealing 18 plus 4, so 22. And then because I reduced the creature and did a crit, I should get 2 bonus actions, but no. I do get a bonus action attack because of the Hue feature from the Great Weapon Mastery.
The Hue feature, I think it has to be taken right away within a creature. Let me look at it real quick. Because I know there's 2 different Hue features. There's one from 14 and then there's the Mastery.
Immediately after you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points.
It's got to be
with
within
melee.
5 feet. It's the swing carries through to the next one. So they would have had to have been next to each other, both in your range.
That's cleave, isn't it?
Oh, I'm looking at cleave. Yeah, aren't you using cleave?
I'm talking about Hue from my feat that I have. Hue lets me make another attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
It doesn't specify distance or target.
Okay, I was thinking that you were trying to use the weapon mastery.
No, this is Great Weapon Master, the feature.
All right, go ahead and make an additional attack.
That's going to be a 17 to hit,
17 hits.
dealing another 17 damage.
It is
Plus 4. 17.
21. It is still alive, but it is quite badly hurt. I can't find my dice in my dice bag.
That was fun, guys. I'm sorry.
There it is.
Red.
All right, Grum. If there's nothing else, it will appropriately move to Shroud.
Yep.
I'm gonna intimidate him.
Go ahead. You can use your action to intimidate.
I'm gonna say your buddy's dead, and it's 1 against 5, 6. So I suggest you run or give us the answers we need.
Roll an intimidation.
What?
That would be 10, 16.
You hear in your head 1 versus 3. Or no. 1, 2, 3, 5 versus 3, and his head is barely keeping up. Like he can't quite think straight.
Alright, that'll end my turn.
Alright, Nyx.
Guess she's gonna kind of try to intimidate him too. Be like, can you give us answers or face the wrath of the party?
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, you're trying to help me be merciful.
I am.
Nyx, you hear in your head it say, I will allow you to leave.
That means he wants to die.
So you choose death instead of peace?
Leave and there will be peace.
We just want answers, or you can die.
He looks around at the rift and he shakes his head. You cannot come further.
So then she is gonna cast a firebolt at him.
The action is actually the intimidate.
The intimidation check. Never mind.
Do you have a bonus action?
Well, it was the witch's bolt, but isn't it now disconnected since the red one died?
It is. You could zap a dead body if you want. Hey guys, you
No,
want to
I'm
see a
good.
dead body?
Flops like a fish.
I don't know if you have a bonus action that will get you anywhere.
No, I'm dead.
All right, Tobin is going to say, "Don't worry, guys, I'll get it," and jump over. Tobin will stab with the sword. Hit it with the 23. And increase the death counter by 1. It collapses dead on the ground. Hey, Tobin's doing pretty well. We're out of initiative order. These two things are now lying on the ground.
Yay! So, first things first, does it look like any of the trash that I threw through the first portal look like it came out of this end over here?
Make a perception check.
That's a dirty 20.
There's a lot of dead tadpoles, but nothing you threw. There's like a few dead tadpoles at the base of it.
Ugh. Gross.
Quick question. How am I feeling?
Make a insight or a medicine check.
Let's see which one's better. They're both the same. That's a nat one.
Ooh, I like those. They increase the counter. You feel it's weird. It's almost like slimy. Like you don't feel sick. You're not poisoned. It's just weird, uncomfortable, disgusting. Pick your adjective.
In my skin.
That might be the most appropriate.
The ick. Aside from being amazed by the orrery, Brum really doesn't have much to do in this room. Aside from like go through that bottom door.
There's only a door to the south, and there is the shimmering wall.
Talking about the green rift.
Yeah, the green rift with the shimmering things. It looks like there's something beyond it that you can try to make out, but it's very difficult. And there's a southern room. Do you open it up?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, what's this?
The text
Oh!
rounded shelves in this room display dozens of crystals in a variety of colors.
Man, if we just had Nexor here, he could inspect those.
Do you want to inspect any of them?
It's the
Are there
shiny
any
room.
that look black and green? Specifically, first.
Make a perception check.
Jesus, the Lord help me.
Hallelujah.
That's gonna be a 24.
You don't find anything that looks like a obelisk shard.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just start gathering up crystals.
Do me a favor, roll a d20.
Flat, right?
Yep.
2.
Okay, you grab the first crystal, and your eyes roll back in your head, and you are not you. You see a mind flare with tentacles at the end of its arm, lashing out across a face of a shriveled mind flare. The mind flare has a single staring eye that's drawing blood. You would recognize a Nothic. Several strange pods line the walls. A mental message rings out. You will obey, or the far realm shall consume what mind you have left, weakling. And you snap back to Grum.
Okay, so my eyes roll back, and is it a vision, or is it like I'm peering through the eyes of a mind flayer?
It's like you are experiencing that memory from a mind flare. Like you were that mind flare. And
the memory shards.
Now you're Grum again.
They're memory shards.
Rick and Morty's mind blowers.
Touch another one.
Yeah, I'll touch another.
Roll a d20.
16.
16, you grab it. You are more braced for it this time. I am the boyfriend, bow to me. There's a couple ways to take that. You grab the shard, and you this time have more awareness of yourself, but you have no control over the scene. You are a mind flare, and with a group of mind flares, you are stepping down steps into a crypt. You look down a long, dark hallway, and you see dwarves in robes. And you see the mind flare blast just start trying to infiltrate into the minds of the dwarfs. And then you snap back. You recognize the crypt of the Talfund.
I was just about to ask.
I knew it.
Oh my god. So I'm not gonna like put them down per se, because like those two they seem to be specific. So I'm gonna go ahead and call back to the party and say, guys, there's a whole room of memory crystals in here, and I just experienced 2.
Oh, jeez, Grum.
Grum's taking a
feeling
trip down
okay,
memory
Grum?
lane.
I'm feeling fine. It's a little weird to be in the minds of a mind flayer experiencing things from their perspective, but I'm all good.
Is there any memory crystals that could possibly help us with our future?
Do you guys want to go through and test each Mindflayer crystal?
Yeah, all right.
You scene from Rick and Morty.
Full episode.
I mean, Rick
I was
can
gonna
just
say,
go
like-
through and just, turn it to ash and just smoke it, and he just knows what's going on.
I was gonna say, like, we probably don't have time to go one by one, but it's not a bad idea. Although,
But you don't have a portal gun, so
That you
Echo
do
Darling.
have. They do have portals.
do you have the
they're
gun?
green too. They are green.
This is such a Rick and Morty episode. I swear.
Dude,
Echo Darling.
ever since, I'm sorry to interrupt all this, I spent the last hour just trying to get my Twitch account set back up so I could be on here. And then Nyx was like, hey, let's do a one and done of Rick and Morty. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do that. I think that would be so much fun. But then they got shot down. I was like, oh.
No.
While Grum's blowing his mind back there, I'm gonna check out the Ori.
I was actually trying to call Echo back there to help me investigate some of these crystals. Just FYI.
I
It
mean,
seems like she would be the most pertinent person to
What's
Deal with it.
going on tonight? Echo's quiet and Nyx is
Extra.
charismatic.
Switched.
They switched.
Shroud, can you real quick? What do you want to explore about that?
I just want to see if they was like, I want to see if they was actually knew what the fuck they was doing, or if they was just playing with the planets.
Make an investigation check, I guess.
Works for me. Uh, 13.
There are some dents in it from it looks like their claws hitting it. It's... You don't know enough if they built it or if somebody else built it. It's hard to say what it is. You don't recognize it as a planetary system that you would be aware of.
Would I know enough about mind flayers to see if this is something that they would like know?
What's your experience with mind flares?
This is my first time, so
It's
I'm at that.
It's very
Oh,
hard
no,
to say.
idea.
It's not
Okay.
it's not crazy to think that they would have interest in stuff like planets.
Let me try this.
real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt. Real quick, Echo. Those textbooks that Nexor gave you. Do any of them might help in this regard? I can't remember.
so. I'm looking at them.
I just remembered about those.
Go ahead while I look.
Yeah, well, while she's looking, I think I want to like maybe spin some planets on it, move it around to see if
Yeah, you can make things orbit and twirl.
I was just gonna see if there was anything like that clicked or anything out of the ordinary.
Make another investigation check.
12.
You can't find like hidden switches. You can't find
Okay.
a secret arrangement. If it's there, it's not coming to you.
Okay.
Nyx, do you want to do anything in the room real quick?
I feel like Nyx would probably help him see if maybe if you align the planets, the portals kind of close.
You can make an investigation check or a history check or some other intelligence-based check.
We'll do a history.
You don't recognize this system either, and you can't think of any way that it is necessarily relevant. You don't find anything either. Echo, what do you do with the shards? Let's say that there are about 20 of them there.
Sorry, I gotta switch my focus. So she was looking at the planets, and that's been investigated now. So she's gonna come in, and she knows that there are memories in these. Are they all the same color? Are they all the same shape? Is there a consistency?
Just like the image in the picture, there are greens and blues and reds. Some are thinner, some are wider. They all do have an arcane nature to them just by being what they are.
Okay. Would I have any previous knowledge of anything like this?
Roll a history check and tell me what your experience is with mind flares.
It would only be theoretical. I think she might have read about them, but I don't think there's any sort of real in-depth knowledge.
Would memory shards be part of the normal Mindflayer research thing that Nexor would have most likely studied? Because if it is, then it probably would have been mentioned in one of the books if it's relevant.
Difficult to say because there's an arcane nature to these, and there's a psychic nature to these, and mind flares and magic don't cross normally, but it's not impossible.
I asked because he also does, deal a lot with jewels and stuff and gems as well.
I would say these among mind flares are probably a rarity.
Okay.
Okay, so that is an 11. So
Don't do that.
that
Sorry.
way. I'm
Nix,
gonna ask
Echo, don't do that. No, go ahead.
Right.
No,
I'm
the
gonna ask
yawning. The yawning made me start yawning.
2 shards he's picked up. And I'm gonna ask, do you feel okay?
Yeah, I feel fine. It was just I just didn't expect the first experience to flood my mind like that. But yeah, I'm fine.
I've had lots of visions lately. Let's go for one more. And I'm gonna pick up one
Roll
the other end of the table.
either pick a number 1 through 20 or roll a d20.
I'm so mad. It's
Roll it. Do you want me to roll it for you? Since they're your dice?
No, I just wasted a nat 20.
I'm still gonna put it up.
Damn. I'm trying to get involved here. I mean, I have your dice, so
They're not mine, they're yours.
well, you graciously gave them to me, so
Freely
maybe
given.
maybe randomly it'll be a random. No one can decide. I'll throw it.
There we go. Alright. So
Echo,
with my 20,
you with the 20, you pick up a crystal. It doesn't take you mentally anywhere. It seems different.
Oh no.
y'all, I hate this game. I hate this game.
I love this game. You guys are great.
Oh no.
What is different about this one versus the 2 that Grum has picked up, other than just being random shapes and sizes?
Roll an Arcana check.
This would be a great place to get a 20. I'm just saying.
Right?
I did.
You got another nat 20?
I I did.
That's 3 this session.
Are you rolling Jamie's dice?
4.
No, actually, I'm rolling some old ones of mine.
They're
I
weighted.
said
loyal
She's cheating. They're weighted.
My OG crew.
I know what it is. Seti came into the chat and you just started rolling nat 20s like crazy.
See?
Eddie, the good luck charm.
Oh, Seti came in?
Yeah.
Echo, you have the crystal in your hand and you look at it and you see little arcane bits through it like it's holding something. With a 20, go ahead and add a heightened mind crystal to your inventory.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Okay.
you lucky bitch.
Well, something good was bound to happen eventually, right? I don't have it, unless I'm spelling height wrong.
Heightened. Or actually,
Yeah,
search for mind crystal in parentheses heightened.
Okay, let me try that way. That's what it is.
Sometimes they name things weird.
That's nice. Good job.
But congratulations, you found one that was not a memory crystal.
Okay, I'm gonna read this in a minute because my processing ability is not great right now.
Do you want to grab any of the other crystals? The other crystals are all still displayed there. The rest of them look similar to each other. Or Grum, do you want to grab one?
Are there any more that look like mine?
Make a perception check.
All right.
I want to make my own perception check for that reason.
Perception.
You may as well.
That's persuasion. That's a 17 for my perception.
You don't see any. Neither of you see anything else that looks like this. And just so you guys know, in the room behind you, Tobin is swinging off of the orrery. He's like, he is off the ground and he's riding it like it's a seesaw sometimes, and then taking it and running it around like it's one of those wheels, one of the old-fashioned things that if you spin around your friends, they'll fly off. I don't know what you call this.
Merry-go-round?
Yeah, like a merry-go-round, but the playground version, where you have like the little six. That's still called a merry-go-round.
Like it's from the 50s, the old school steel ones, where you can get those.
The ones that will destroy your ankles or make your friends like go off at 60 miles an hour. Tobin's doing his best to imitate that.
That's great.
I'm gonna peek around the corner and say, please don't destroy that. I would still really like to look at it.
Tobin looks at you and goes, "Aw."
That would be Tobin's response.
Please.
He stomps his feet and says, "Fine."
I would like to do something while they're doing these crystals.
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
I would like to go to the monster, the blue one, and I would like to use my alchemist kit to try to determine what type of poison or substance that was that he scratched me with.
Okay,
Yes.
make a check. Add your proficiency bonus to it.
So flat D20 or what kind of check?
You can make an intelligence check and add your proficiency with the tools.
Okay.
I was trying to avoid intelligence because you have like a -1 in it.
Yeah, I think I have a -1 in almost everything. Screw it. I guess it really doesn't matter.
How long are you willing to spend on examining it? And are you willing to only examine the outside? That's a weird phrase.
I mean, as long as they mess around with the crystals, I'll examine it inside or out.
Do you cut it open? Do you like stick your hand down its throat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say yes.
I mean, you can do with it what you want. It's your dead body. You have fun.
Have fun with your own dead body.
I mean,
I'll just do an investigation check.
Can I have fun with this dead body?
yes.
Only in
I
ways
mean-
that won't get you arrested.
Can I roll for that?
I'm going to answer that in a minute.
I got a 9.
So you cut this thing open and you start peering through. First, your hand is covered in sludge from this thing's internals, and you peel back. It's like dissecting an animal you've never seen and trying to figure out where its organs are or what they do. There's little cluster balls inside. There is layer upon layer, muscles, fat, there's bone. There's dripping glands, which I cannot even begin to name. It's
Yes, you
hard to
can.
say what the thing did or what it could even potentially do.
Okay.
Echo, do you want to pick up another shard?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the shard that I just picked up that I didn't get a vision from and look at Grum and say, I don't know what you're talking about. This is just a magical item.
So I'm gonna roll 2d20s. One will be for me, and then the other will be passing it to Echo, so she can experience her own.
Okay. Roll first one for you.
All right. Oop. Oh yeah, goody. First one for me is a 10, and then the second one will be an 11.
Oh, right next to each other. How cute.
That's fitting. Grum, you grab the first one, and as you do, your mind pinpoints in on it. You are taken to Gibbet Crossing, and you are a Mindflayer with a troop of monsters at your back going through the marketplace, and there are drow that you are currently slashing down, and the monsters are jumping on them to finish it off. You look up, there is another group of mind flayers also with monsters that are heading up the corridor towards the path that led to Talhundreth, where the blur was. And Echo, do you take the other crystal?
Yeah.
You take the crystal, and you are that group heading towards that pass that leads towards Talhundreth. You make a right turn towards the room that the blur was. There are deep gnomes, there are Smurf Neblin in there, and they throw up their arms and everything becomes a blur. That does not deter you as you go in and your monsters that you are with begin to slaughter the deep gnome. And then you are back in the room.
Oh.
I'll look back at her after the vision and say, well, did that one work?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand now. That was disturbing.
Yeah, and there's like all of these.
Make an insight check.
Oh, please let me do that.
But Echo and Grum each make an insight check.
Please let me roll well for this. Come on. That's another nat 20.
Oh, good, because I didn't do so well with a 16
Which makes it a 28.
or a 10.
Echo, you realize right away that these are memories from the last Illithid Empire centuries ago. The fallen Illithid Empire now.
Does this room look disused for that long?
I just want to see if you can roll another 20. Roll an investigation or an insight check. If you roll 5 nat 20s in one session, you're gonna be my hero.
Right?
Oh, that's a 15.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
The-
God damn it.
The room, there's an age to the room. It doesn't look like it's been unkept for centuries. And there's also been mind flares that you've crossed already.
Okay. So I'm gonna point that out and say these had to have been moved here. These memories are centuries and centuries old. So were the mind flayers collecting these? Were they using them to get information? Are they just randomly here?
Maybe it's their way of chronicling those events. They don't necessarily seem to have. I mean, it would make sense that their way of passing down stories would be through some kind of mental transference, given their own nature. Just a thought. Not to say your thoughts are wrong. Just spitballing things.
I have just an idea. I want to come out here to the Ori, and I want to look at the planets, maybe spin around. I want to examine them. Are there any markers on these planets?
Make an investigation check. Or a perception check, your choice.
That's a 19.
How much experience does Echo have with astronomy?
I would say she wasn't an expert, but she definitely had classic tutoring on it. It was probably a subject she's taken a couple courses in.
These look expensive, but they look like actual planets and moons and comets in a system, like they wanted to depict what was actually there. You don't find any hidden symbols. There's no arcane markings. These things are a representation of a planetary system that you are unaware of.
Okay. So this is probably not a map or a travel guide.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's a little bit where I was going with this.
I was half tempted to, when you burst in, refer to them as Omicron Persei 8, but I didn't.
So happy.
The Slaads would be a perfect Omicronians. They'd be the perfect group. They would be the perfect group to represent that, and I was half tempted to do the voice.
Ain't that Futurama?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, it is. Yep, Futurama. God damn it! What is my
dude? Take your point of inspiration, DM.
DM points.
I will mark one charge to the DM's counter.
Hey, for a Futurama reference, you can have one.
Oh, Futurama was great. It was a fantastic show. You guys still notice that the green, shimmering, silvery light is right there. There are dead little tadpoles on the ground.
These things are huge, right?
The ones that you killed are very big. Yeah, they are bigger than you guys. Absolutely.
Do they look like they're over 1,000 pounds?
They look like they're over 1,000 pounds. I'm half tempted to Google what the weight of a slot is.
Right.
The blue ones are certainly bigger. Let's see.
They usually are.
Well, I do this. It's hard to say they'd be 1,000 pounds. While I'm thinking about this, what would you like to do to these dead bodies? And the blue one is currently cut open. You see where Shroud has cut down and started to fiddle with the insides.
Okay. I was gonna plan on like moving one in front of the portal as like to block it.
It wouldn't block it.
Okay, never mind.
You can move it in front of the portal. It's make an insight check.
Insight.
Is it just
20 or 22.
a regular sled? Or are you looking at the specific red and blue?
They're divided into different ones.
Okay.
Grum, when you start thinking about blocking the portal, you think back to the other room. It looked like the goblins had moved tables in front of the portal to try to block it.
And it didn't work.
Nothing came through, but you were throwing shit through it, so take that.
True.
I mean,
And they escaped.
this thing is bigger than the tables.
That's what I was saying.
It
like,
would not.
they're
It would not
huge
block
size.
the rift, but
Okay, so they're not that big.
yeah, they're not so big that you could wedge them in there and shut down an interdimensional portal and be like, nope.
Not even if I push both of them in there
I mean,
at the same time.
If you want to push them in there, you're welcome to. Do you want to? Is that what you want to do?
No,
I'm not
I'll
going to
leave it
tell you
alone.
no. I'm just going to tell you mechanically, it would not be a lock on a door.
Let's go
You're
grab the
welcome to
drider.
shove the
too.
shit through.
All right. Yeah, I'll goofing that. I'll leave it alone.
So whenever something dies, you guys found the perfect way to get rid of it now. Just take it and shove its ass in a portal. It's perfect.
Yep.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Like a wine
Shit
cork.
with asses.
I mean, I like
Put
gases.
that in context.
Like that episode of Family Guy where they're going through the multiverse, and all you gotta do is think of going to the bathroom, and like it just pops out, and then they go to the nowhere place, and there's your poop.
Yeah.
Oh god. Do you guys want to do anything
that
else?
context.
Do you guys
I
want to
don't
do?
know.
Do you guys want to do anything else with the bodies or the rift or anything in here? Do you guys want to go through the rift?
I vote we go up north first before we venture through a rift.
Yeah. I am
Can-
against Team Rift.
I am as well. I am
Yeah.
not a horizon walker.
Yeah, so I'd say we go up north first where the Mindflayers were going.
I agree.
I'll bring Tobin. So, to give you an idea, you guys have passed one door behind the statue. The statue is still holding two brains that are dripping cerebral fluid onto the floor. There is a door behind you at the other side of that hallway. In Grum, there are two doors in the hallway that you are in. One at the end and one in the side. And I will say this now that you've started exploring some of this too. This place is very feng shui. You've seen not a single sharp edge. Everything is rounded corners. Even where the floor and the ceiling, where they meet, it's just a rounded edge. Or it's almost, you've seen no sharp edges in this place.
That would puncture the big fat brain.
That's what I was thinking. Like, that's definitely intentional. Like, that's definitely on purpose.
But he's the big fat brain.
I am the brain.
The rich brain now.
What would you guys like to do?
I'll go ahead and like just so that I'm not in front of. Oh nope, that door is there. Okay, so real quick, like, what's the distance limit? Is it like right up to it, or 10 feet, 5 feet, 15?
What experiment would you like to do to figure it out?
How far away? Yeah, like, okay, so standing this far away from this door, do I feel anything from it? Like that weird feeling from before?
Do you just stand there and stare at the door?
For a little while to see if there's anything that happens.
Yeah, you start to feel a little bit disoriented.
All right, I'll back up then.
You still feel a little bit disoriented. The longer you look at the door itself has this disorienting effect.
Oh, you have to look at it.
That seems to be it. When you look at the door for just too long, your mind starts to swirl.
So if you're facing the wall, does it still have the same effect?
Right,
If you would experiment and turn away from the door, no. And to remind you guys, this place is dark and green. There's no lights in this place.
I have
my celestial spirit sheds light.
Outside of the light that you guys are bringing, there is no light in this place. Outside of like a green glow from some of the effects and some ruins on walls occasionally.
I'll look back at Grum and see. Just kind of ask, what are you thinking, Grum?
I'm not. I just want to do. I just want to fucking kill everything.
Leroy Jenkins!
Maybe.
Pretty much.
Reminds me of that
like, I'm ready to like bust through the bitch and just like rage on impact and go through. God damn, these things keep falling, man.
Would you guys like to go down a door path?
Cannonball. I don't really care either or. We're gonna eventually explore everything.
I say we do it one by one and do this one on the right, but that's just my opinion.
Are you trying to be sneaky about it again?
Yeah. I'll sneak up and stealthily open the door.
Hey, give me 1 second.
Dios.
Because one of my screens closed.
I think a 31 should be very sneaky.
Right. So you open it up.
What the fuck?
You open it. You see... It looks like a mind flare without any color. You can see little age spots on its skin, and its head is down. It's got a crystal orb that it seems to be focusing on. And as you open the door, it looks up at you and says, I haven't had company in a minute. Come in. Come in.
Oh, please, let's talk to him.
Okay, I'll go in and just kind of have a seat right there.
As you sit, he nods at you and he goes, I wasn't expecting anybody. Tell the others to come in as well.
I'm peeking around the corner behind Grum.
And he's notably speaking with his voice in common.
I'll yell back. This one seems all right. Come in.
Interesting.
I'll let the mind people talk, or let Echo talk. She's a better communicator with these type of things than I am.
Echo.
I just want to stipulate that I am ready to hack and slash.
Yeah, me too, but
No, I mean I'm ready position, like I ain't going around.
Yeah, no, Echo, since Grum was in front of her, Echo's gonna walk in and kind of put a hand on Grum's arm. And just kind of a quiet, maybe don't just yet.
As you all enter in, Nyx, where do you stay in the hallway outside?
He's kind of afraid to enter the room with a mind flare.
How long do you think you stay outside?
What happens if she stays outside?
The door shuts.
Oh,
The door
I'll
just
waver
shuts.
in like
get your booty in here. Quit being a scaredy cat.
yeah, I'll waver in like it's all right. He's not attacking, and he was very kind.
I mean,
Mindflayer.
either way, the door shuts like after about a minute, just like automatically. And he looks at everybody and he says again, using his voice instead of trying to talk to everybody telepathically, "What brings you to Illith Nock?" He stops focusing on the crystal ball in front of him.
We were sent here by people who would see what I can only assume are your brethren destroyed. We've been attacked every step of the way. You are the first one of your kind that would deign to speak with us.
He nods.
We appreciate it.
"I'm Oshundo. The ones you speak of are the three newcomers. Young, ambitious fools, for lack of a better word, but they are what they are. They want to make a new empire. Ambitious. Have you come to find them?"
We're here to kill them and put an end to that. What have you to say about that?
He nods.
Yeah.
They've already retreated to the far realm. The ritual will proceed. They've taken the obelisk with them.
So they've taken the pieces of the obelisk that they have back to the far realms. Is that where they're originally from?
He shakes his head. No. They were called by the little godlet there.
Godlet?
Yes. The one that controls the power of the far realm.
That would be...
He looks up and you see his tentacles do like a little wave. Ilvash.
Ilvash?
Yes. The little god.
Who or what is Ilvash?
He is the little newborn god of the far realm.
Where did he come from?
The far realm is and isn't, was and wasn't, is always and never. It has no beginning or end. Forms in time, perhaps, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Why are you here? You obviously or imply that you don't align yourself with these younger mind flayers.
Oh, no. I'm the last, or one of the last, from the old empire. I returned recently to find the place in use by the young ones. This place has fallen from its former glory, but I sit and I weave with my little knitting needles.
What do you weave?
Mind crystals, mainly memories. I help those that want to recover things from long ago.
I look at Echo, kind of like with a little bit of uncertainty. And of course, my tone changes right before I ask this. And what I ask is, Oshundo, was it?
Yes.
Are you willing to aid us?
He looks at you, tilts his head left and right, a little bit further right. What do you want?
I'll look at the rest of the party and then kind of think back on the mind crystals from earlier. Information. How the most efficient and effective way to stop those 3 fools you mentioned.
You would have to follow them. The rift has closed. It can be reopened.
You refer to those 2 green portals in the other southern rooms, right? They seemed open.
No, the ones the mind flayers left through.
He looks at the group and he says, I will help you if you could provide me a minor service.
And what would you ask of us?
There are a few empowered mind crystals about the place that I would like to have. If you can find them for me, I will gladly aid you and tell you how to open the rift again. A warning that it will only open for a minute, though. To go is to risk never returning.
How many?
He holds up his hand, and then he looks at it like his memory is failing, and his finger goes from 4 to 3, back to 4. I think there are 4. Every
What do
little
you-
bit helps, of course.
What you said they're empowered mind crystals, so they're not the memories? They don't have memories in them?
He shakes his head. No. I've made the memory crystals myself. It's an
Right.
arcane art that they made me leave the last empire for practicing, but now it's all that remains of their memories, so I gained the last laugh on them. I exist and they only exist in my memory crystals. And he starts to laugh a little bit.
I had a feeling.
That does sound like you got the last laugh. I like it.
Yes.
So the memory crystals that are here are only from your perspective. You don't have anyone else's memories, right?
He shakes his head. No. Mind flares are connected. Individual identities are different. We are many.
I want to ask him if he could he possibly like weave a crystal from someone else's memory besides a mind flayer?
If you were to connect with an elder brain, your memories would be shared, and I could impart them.
Do you know where the elder brain may be?
He nods. Yes, one of the first things I did upon return was to check on it. It's become quite sickly, though. A shadow of its former self.
Could it have became sickly because you no longer have a dominion or place, and you're trying to restore that, or the younger ones are trying to restore that in Phandalin?
He shakes his head, and he shakes it again and a third time. It's the energy of the far realm is corrupting, sickening. Even an elder brain can succumb to it.
So, I apologize. I'm not as familiar as I would like to be with this particular culture. The elder brain and the original family or group of mind flayers that you belonged to are from this plane, correct?
Mind flares are born of the far realm and extend to every plane. They claim dominance over every plane. They claim superiority to all gods, themselves being born of the far realm, gods. They search for empire after empire.
Okay. So, where would an elder brain contract this sickness? Is it just a malady of the far realms?
For an elder brain to fall sick is a rare thing. It persists in its shell. This place is too touched for it to regain its full power.
I'm gonna kind of look around at the group. You are connected to this elder brain, correct?
He looks at you and says, I can hear its song.
What happens when an elder brain dies?
It dies.
Does another one take its place?
He looks at you. There are many elder brains. And few elder brains. Each one unique and deeply connected to the other Illithid.
What would happen to the Illithid on this plane? Or would the death of an elder brain ripple throughout the far realms?
In the far realms, all elder brains are alive and dead. But there are things more powerful than an elder brain there. That is why the three went. The Godlet will supplant the elder brain.
Does the Godlet just want dominion over this plane? Does it not have its own dominion in the far
It
realms?
wants dominion over all planes, according to this thing in front of us.
The three are establishing their empire in the name of the Elder Brain, or in the name of Ilvash. They will come. The far realm is different. When it breaches, the world changes. Illithid, born without tadpoles. Entire communities converted in the blink of an eye. A Mindflayer empire born with a true god at its helm. In the three that went, believe that they can bring that. Desire for power, foolishly executed.
So you don't agree with what they're doing?
It does not matter if I agree. They are like the last empire. The Illithids there believed that they could go forward uncontested, fell to their own arrogance, and like the last time, I will sit here with their memories in my shards, and I will endure, and they will be gone.
What do you want?
At the moment, my mind crystals that were empowered.
I'm gonna look at Grum. What are the three rogue, the three ambitious Illithid? What are their names?
Oh, yes. Let me find them to give them to you. Let's see. He says, the first is Chisenix. The second is Hashutu. And the third is named Volash. inferior mind flayers at best. Ambitious ideas in inferior hands.
Are they?
You know.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Can I roll like an insight check to make sure he's on the up and up and being like truthful towards us, or
That's
if
where I
he's
was going
trying to
with this
bullshit
too.
us?
I am also gonna roll an insight for him.
Anybody that wants to roll an insight check is welcome to roll an insight check.
Not good. That's a 10.
21.
Natural one.
Ooh, that goes. Just the exciting part of that is 6 naturals in one session.
Pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Okay, has everybody rolled?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will tell you the results of the rolls next week as we gather.
You bastard.
We gotta talk to one.
You did. This Mind Flayer is different. This Mind Flayer is clearly older than any of the ones
Hey,
you would have seen.
Hey, Dragon, say the first name of the 3 again.
I can put them in the chat if you want, but their names, as I read them, are Chisenix, Hashutu, and Volash.
I only got told to ask you that because someone was afraid to ask.
Was it me? Was I afraid to ask?
I love the discretion.
It was because you were afraid to ask. You know, Nyx was afraid to ask. So she texted me and said, "Hey, did you catch the names?" It's like, no, I'm not writing them down.
As always, especially with D&D things, my pronunciation is iffy at best. Iffy at best.
I was just entrapped in the story that was going on. I loved it. It was great.
I just don't want to be like sitting in the room with this guy and him telling us all this shit and it's just bullshit and
It's
he's like
all a fucking lie.
You know,
the big like head guy.
that's how I keep you guys coming back week after week. I put up the cliffhanger, and it's not the story, it's just getting that one extra bit of information that keeps dragging you guys back. Next,
I don't even like being here, but I'm here.
next
And
week,
now I'm
next week, we will get Group Boyfriend's character set up, and if he's available, we can jump into the Shadowfell and see where that goes. So everybody can attach one more character, and I will send everybody the finalized specs for making that creature, and you guys can jump into the fun of the Shadowfell.
You know what else is next week?
Your birthday?
No.
Why
the
not?
drawing for those beautiful
it
dice that
is
you
next
have.
week. Yes, I keep thinking about that. And you guys, one of you guys are going to roll it live on stream. One of you is going to roll a D100, and we're going to see where it lands on the list of followers.
Nice.
That's exciting.
It's going to be great. And I'm not going to tell people when it's going to be done. It could be done anytime, so you have to come the entire stream and sit through all of it until it rolls, and then you got to sit through the rest of it because we're making you.